Oh, I always forget one thing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Planet Film Network. I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
And I'm your other host, TJ Cornwell. And today, an episode 97, I think it is.
Yeah, we're almost at 100.
We're only 3 away.
We might end the year with it.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about Avatar Way of the Water reactions. Just came out, I think, like an hour ago or so. So we're going to be talking about some of those we've seen on Twitter. We're going to be talking about maybe some news here and there. And then we have another tier ranking that we're having just a lot of fun doing. So we're just going to keep doing it probably every week. I'm currently looking for one right now. I was tasked with finding one this week. So I'm going to keep looking and hopefully I can find one that is fun. And is somewhat movie related or TV show related. But before we get into all that other stuff, Sean, what have you been watching lately? Do you have anything to talk about, to review?
Yeah, for sure. First thing, I just want to say, shout out. My sister got me a little early Christmas present with this Andor hoodie. I know. No, it's cool on three fronts. Well, I guess first one, combo. It's super comfortable and it fits like perfectly. Second one, I like that it's an Andor hoodie. Third one, I like that it's not just an Andor hoodie, but it's the Rebel symbol, so it could be all of Star Wars. But it's like kind of a if you know, you know. Like it is specifically like the Ferrix Andor rebellion symbol. So I really like it. Hang on, what is that? Oh, I was like, what is this text that I just got? It was one of my coworkers sending me an Avatar reaction.
Oh, okay.
So perfect. So first off, I do have two things I definitely want to dedicate reviews to. But let me just see if there's anything that I'm forgetting of that I watched. I did rewatch the holiday special because my roommate Brianna had not seen it yet. And honestly, it wasn't even like this big thing. I just was like, oh, we haven't seen this yet, and I threw it on.
Right.
And honestly, everything that I was like, oh, the song at the beginning didn't really work for me. It was kind of slow. It all worked this time. I think maybe just because I was like, what is this? But now that I knew it was coming and everything, absolutely fantastic. Like they're like 40 minutes or whatever it is, just flies by. Fantastic. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's something I'll watch, yearly or every couple years. I rewatched Spotlight. Probably going into cementing it as maybe my favorite movie of all time. I don't know, because I've seen it like 6 times. I usually watch it at least once a year. And I love that movie so much. I got home from work at 2 a.m. and then watched Spotlight just because I was like, I really want to watch this. And I stayed up for the entire thing. I also rewatched Young Frankenstein. I don't know what, we'll see in a little bit. Yeah. And then I did dip my toe back into my ancient as in back in high school love of like cinema, not to be a Scorsese about it, but like actual like cinema because the do you know anything about the Sight and Sound poll that came out? Have you seen anything on that?
I've seen some things about it though. I looked up Dan Merle's Twitter because I wanted to see if he said anything about Avatar, and I was scrolling and I saw he said something because I think Ty West or somebody like put out like what their top 10 or something.
Yeah,
and I think
Ty
that
West
was part
was
of the
pretty So basically, just to kind of go from the start, I guess the Sight and Sound. And if my one friend at work, Dorian, sees this, he's gonna scream at me because he was like, "Did you read the Sight and Sound poll?" And I was like, "The what?" I knew what it was, but I just wasn't in the right headspace, so I forgot. And he was like, "How do you not know what this is?" So I'm not saying that I'm like the expert on it. But the Sight and Sound poll is basically they poll the critical community, and then they also do one for the filmmaker community. Basically, all these different film institutes come together and make this list. I'm fairly certain it only happens like once every 10 years because on their YouTube channel they have the top 100 of all time 2012, and then now they have the 2022 one. So it was all this stuff, but really the top whatever of the critics one was very interesting. A lot of classic stuff, a lot of interesting stuff I've never even heard of or definitely never seen, and then some classics obviously. But yeah, the director one, what you were alluding to, what Dan was tweeting about, is the one that really kind of spiced stuff up on Twitter, which basically is the critics each can submit, or sorry, the filmmakers each can submit a top 10, and then Sight and Sound basically takes all of their top 10s and makes a top 20 out of it. So the top 20 got revealed, but then the individual directors lists all started coming out and making their way online, because all of this comes from the Sight and Sound magazine that has all this stuff in it. And then Ty West in particular, director of X, director of Pearl, and sure, a million other things to come. He got kind of in hot water because his list was considered very like populist. Like it was a lot of like traditional like American cinema stuff, a lot of newer stuff. And so people were like just being real, D-bags about it. And about a bunch of people's lists of like, how did this make it on there? How did this not? I know my friend Dorian at work, he said one guy was like flipping out about the fact that I forget what the exact one was, but I'll say something like Moonlight, right? Somebody would be like, how is Moonlight on there? That movie's like 4 years old. You got to give it time. But then that same person tweeted something like, if somebody had Nope on their list, I wouldn't, mind. And it's like, that movie's 3 months old. But so basically, yeah, that's kind of made a big stink on a bunch of different levels. But that got me interested in going back to some of the film classics and stuff that I had not seen, some other things like that. So one thing that I did want to talk about right off the bat, or did want to review right off the bat, is a movie that I have surprisingly not seen. And I don't know if you've seen it, so feel free, if you want to make this combo review from your memory, go for it. And that is 12 Angry Men. Sidney Lumet's...
I have seen it. It's been a minute, but
beautiful.
Yes,
so the funny thing is, up until like 2 days ago when I watched this for the first time, I would probably consider Sidney Lumet to be in like my top 3 filmmakers of all time. Love Dog Day Afternoon, bunch of stuff that he has done. Network, obviously, I know we're both big fans of. You can go back, I think it's episode 30 something, we did like almost an entire hour and a half on Network. You can see it's him in the thumbnail if you want to look for it. Maybe I'll link it at the end here. But 12 Angry Men, really, really, really loved this movie. I think maybe it has cemented Sidney Lumet, not saying he's the best filmmaker of all time, but as my personal favorite filmmaker of all time, because I know we've talked about a lot on this channel, our personal tastes, our general tastes, stuff like that. I am very much, unsurprisingly, like courtroom drama, investigative journalism, all that stuff is just like right up my alley. So this was just... It was just one of those movies that just slipped through the cracks. Like, it wasn't something that was intentionally I was missing. It slipped through the cracks, and then also for years, I feel like I would every so often look up, what's 12 Angry Men streaming on? Nothing. And it is finally right now, so I would act fast if you haven't seen this. It's on Tubi, which is like the free one with ads. So anybody that's watching right now in the States, you have no excuse. You can watch this right now on Tubi for free. And I was so glad when I saw that, because I literally... watch the video on the Sight and Sound poll. I was like, I still haven't seen 12 Angry Men. Let me look it up. I saw that it was on Tubi, and I came home and I literally watched it right after work. Again at like 3 a.m. And it not only did it hold my attention, it grabbed my attention by its throat and like did the Clockwork Orange eyes on me, of like just gripped to the screen. I mean, the fact. We could talk about a million things, and I don't want to make this a whole thing. Maybe we will go back to the old style for an episode coming up, and maybe we could do a deep dive on this movie. But, Henry Fonda, Sidney Lumet's direction, you're managing 12 different personalities, and every single one of them just felt so individual, real, three-dimensional, just off like the first few minutes of screen time. I just absolutely love this. Henry Fonda at the heart of it. And then just kind of what it says about society at that time, and just how you could literally make this, this exact same conversation or this exact same conflict could be happening right now. It is like so what's the word, like prescient, right? About they're dealing with the fate of this young kid of color. He's from the Hispanic Latino community in the city, and so a lot of that drums up a lot of emotions in different people because of the era that it's in. Some people are just writing him off. Some people are saying, how could you write him off? It's just fantastic. But what are some of your thoughts if you have some?
Yeah, I echo like everything you just said. Again, I watched it I actually have it like on disc. I just haven't, I haven't watched it since. But I had to watch it for school. I forget what class it was. It was probably like English or something. And the first time I had watched it, and I was really excited to watch it because I had been wanting to watch it. And yeah, I echo everything you said about I forget what his name is, but the one guy who plays I want to say it's like juror number 7 or something.
The main guy or the
Lee J. Cobb? He stands out for me.
Juror number 3.
Like
absolutely,
yes, the most memorable part of the movie for me. I think he has that whole like kind of spiel at one point that goes on for a few minutes. And that's something that I always, whenever I hear that movie, that's something I always think about. But yeah, I definitely need to watch it again. It's been a really long time.
Yeah, it's like I said, it is definitely one that I would love to like kind of go back to our old format for a one-off and just do a deep dive format, or not even as a PFNLive, maybe just as just a video on the channel or something. Just I just love this movie. Like, I could rewatch it right now. I just thought it was so incredible. And I know, obviously, I'm not saying anything original here. It's like one of the most classic movies of all time.
Right.
But absolutely loved it. So if you haven't seen 12 Angry Men, go definitely check it out. Like I said, right now it's completely free on Tubi, as long as you're willing to sit through it. I would say, and I know we've talked about Tubi before, a very modest amount of ads, a very unintrusive amount of ads.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Definitely go check that out. But yeah, so let us know down below if you've watched 12 Angry Men. What are some of your thoughts on the movie? We want to know what you have to say. All right. So next up, I want to go into what the only movie, or one of the only movies I saw this week in cinemas, because we'll talk about it. But Glass Onion and Fabelmans, the studio just decided to shoot both of those movies in the foot. Apparently, let me actually get this out of here. There we go. So one of the only movies that I actually saw in theaters this week was Violent Night. So that is the brand new Santa Claus David Harbour movie. I'll just jump right off. First of all, we got 8 people in the chat right now. Go ahead and subscribe, share the video, get some more people in the chat. We're talking about Violent Night right now. Just talked about 12 Angry Men, and a lot more to come. So Violent Night, for me, I was watching this, and about an hour in, movie is only about it's a little under 2 hours. I think it's like 240 or 145 or something like that. About an hour in, I was like, is this like an instant classic Christmas movie? And I came to the conclusion that yes, it is, and nothing in the rest of the movie changed my mind on that. I absolutely love this movie. I think that it is very much as I'm like gripped by just the zaniness and craziness, and I want so many questions answered of the Tim Allen Santa Claus universe. This one to me is just that, but if it was also Deadpool. Like, and I don't mean that to belittle the movie. I think it's a lot more nuanced than just like, oh, what if Santa was Deadpool? But it's very much kind of like an R-rated The Santa Claus, in the sense of there's a lot of intrigue and mystery and stuff with the North Pole, and I won't go into spoilers or anything here. And by that, I don't even mean that's a big element of the movie. I just mean, I think if they want to give themselves a sequel or anything like that in the future, it leaves a lot of doors open to some interesting concepts, I think. And some of the reveals about Santa and Santa's past and some of the things that he's done. But the movie itself, going kind of off of the world building, the movie itself is really good. I think it's super. It can be super cheesy, but that's exactly what it is. It's an action movie. It's an R-rated action movie about Santa Claus saving a family on Christmas night, or Christmas Eve night. And I just think it's incredible. I think David Harbour's fantastic. I think John Leguizamo is amazing as the villain. There's some great supporting people in this. Beverly D'Angelo is in it from, obviously, Christmas Vacation. His name is escaping me, but the guy who plays Translucent in The Boys, who is fantastic in that, is kind of one of the leads in this. He's the dad in the family. Yeah. And he is very good. And I'll, like I said, I'll avoid spoilers, but one of the kind of subplots that normally a movie I'd be like rolling my eyes at or snoring at is, the dad has not been very present. The dad and the mom are kind of separated or fighting right now. And it's a big point of the movie, and I think it's even in the trailer where the daughter is like, what I want for Christmas, I just want my parents back together, that type of thing. That whole aspect of the movie, to me, I was just as invested in that as I was in Santa Claus killing people. I was like, I was like genuinely invested in these characters, and also some of the henchmen in this movie, fantastic. I mean, some of the lines in this, the Home Alone references, just absolutely amazing from top to bottom. And I've seen some mixed opinion on this. I know a lot of people that I follow on Letterboxd. I came out of the theater and I was a little discouraged because I was like, I booted up Letterboxd to log it, and I saw there was like a 1-star review, a 2-star review, a 1.5. I gave it I think I gave it 3.5 or 4 stars out of 5. I really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, guys, let me know if you have seen Violent Night. What did you think of it? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think it's just a cheesy, should have been like a Redbox movie? Or did you have a really good time with it? Let us know in the comments down below. But yeah, I really liked it. So if you end up seeing it soon, I definitely want to know your thoughts on it.
I was just thinking, because when this movie was, when I started seeing ads for this, I was like, isn't this like a remake of something that was done before? And I found out what it was, and it's not a remake from what I can tell. I've never seen this movie either, but Silent Night, Deadly Night is also a movie where I believe Santa kills people, but it might be just some psychopath that kills people, and not like David Harbour where he's just killing bad guys. But that was always a movie too that like piqued my interest, like just as like a holiday movie, and I am interested in this. I probably won't go to a theater to watch it, but I definitely watch it if it comes to streaming at any point.
Yeah, I think it's probably one that'll be on streaming by Christmas. Yeah. It'll probably be like the 23rd or something.
Right.
But I do think it looked. I'll say too. It looked fantastic in the theaters. It was in the scope format, so it was like there was no masking or anything. It looked. It was a really good looking movie, which we'll talk about a little bit in our box office segment too, because it had a good week. Yeah, so let us know your thoughts on Violent Night. I was talking with one of my coworkers this morning about, I would love to see another one of these, a continuation, whatever they kind of want to do. I really think would be very interesting. Let's see. I think that might be it. And then I just kind of going off of watching 12 Angry Men. I also rewatched The Maltese Falcon. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Never seen that.
But another pretty good classic, really good movie. Won't go into it fully here, but really good movie. Really has a problem that 12 Angry Men doesn't have, which is a lot of physical misogyny in The Maltese Falcon. A lot of it was a real man's world back then, and it's those scenes were a little okay. Just kind of tune out for that. A bit much. But unfortunately, that was the way of things back then, and it's present in a lot of media. But a very, very good movie. And there's a lot of classics right now on both Tubi and HBO Max, actually. A lot of like deep classic movies on there. But I think that's it for me. Before we get into what you're watching, I just want to address Danielle and Shelly in the chat. Danielle said, watch Dead to Me. And then Shelly said she watched it too. Did you watch Dead to Me?
I did not. No.
So I have seen all of Dead to Me season 1 and season 2. I've started season 3. For me, season 3 has been a little rough to get going. I have had a ton of other things to watch, but also I don't know what it is. It's just a little bit tough to get into right now. I don't know if it's because it's been a while, or I do find it hard to not that it's her fault, but to watch Christina Applegate, because she is visibly, different and very she looks very sick, and they're kind of working it into the storyline with her, MS diagnosis in real life. I don't know if it's going to be MS in the show or whatever, but yeah, she said like she has to walk with a cane. She's like gained a bunch of weight. She's gotten a lot of complications from it. And like I said, obviously I don't mean like, oh, she's not pretty. I mean, I just mean like it's almost sad, because it's like, it's Christina Applegate. I feel like it's very odd seeing her like that. So I just hope she's okay, or gets better. But yeah, it's just been a slow start for me on season 3. But I am definitely going to work my way through it and finish it. And then the last thing I'll say too, before I throw it over to what you've been watching, because I don't know when the last time I updated on this was, I finished Wednesday. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Really nails the landing. Just kind of a show that like snowballs, and the mystery is actually really interesting. And again, I really just hope that with a season 2, if anything, I hope Tim Burton directs more of the episodes, because he directed a majority of the episodes in this season. But all of his episodes to me were almost perfect. Some of the other ones were just like, oh, okay, this one, it's a little more just like drama-y high school stuff. But when it was really into like the Tim Burtonisms and the style and the mystery in particular, I think it was really, really good. All right, let's see. Yeah, so what have you been watching this week?
Yeah, so I've only watched one movie, unfortunately, since we left last week. I've been playing again a lot of Pokemon. They updated it, so it runs a little bit better. Still not awesome, but better. Yeah. The frame rate's consistent now.
Well, that's good.
That's good. But the one movie I did watch was I was just kind of, I wasn't really doing anything, and I was bored, so I was like, oh, a movie, and I was in the mood to, laugh. And sometimes I'm kind of looking for like one of those movies that came out in the mid 2000s or like, mid 2010s that maybe I was too young to watch at the time, but usually a lot of people like. And I put on Hall Pass.
Oh,
Hall Pass.
Really? Okay.
Very funny.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Probably wouldn't fly now, if we're being honest. But I thought Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis were great. Christina Applegate, like you're talking about, and Jenna Fisher, also awesome. Didn't even know Jenna Fisher was in it. A nice little cameo from Tyler Hoechlin, which was nice to see as well. And I mean, I laughed a lot. My favorite parts were probably like when they're taking the tour inside that house and they're like talking shit about the couple, and they turn on
and they're on the camera,
just keep talking. Yep. And then what was the other thing? I loved the fact that they're like, their whole time they're talking about Coakley, like, oh, Coakley, this guy, he just, he gets all these girls, he's rich, he lives in this wealthy apartment, and it's like Richard Jenkins, and Richard Jenkins like 6 years old.
Yeah, and he's like this old guy. Yeah. I love that whole scene in the like the nightclub or the bar or whatever, where he's just like, listen, guy, you just gotta like let loose. You just got, and it's like Richard Jenkins, who by the way is for one thing I caught new in Spotlight this time, Richard Jenkins is a phone cameo throughout a couple scenes in the movie. I don't know why I never picked up on that before, but yeah, I absolutely love that movie. Yeah, really
even,
good.
That dude, Brent. He's the psycho.
But
he is funny, like when he shows up to the hospital and he writes like, I think he writes like horny old person or something on the van. And then he like pulls out a gun. That was like,
I know, it was it was crazy. That movie ends like, really insanely. Yeah.
That was funny though. But yeah, very good movie. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little surprised that Christina Applegate's character actually cheated on Jason Sudeikis. Didn't think that was going to happen.
I thought that was interesting. That it was like somebody actually ended up going through with it. But
I thought that was funny. And then I don't think TV wise, I don't think anything's come out or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I'm like forgetting.
Criminal Minds. Me and Danielle are watching the new Criminal Minds.
Oh, there you go. Is that the that's like the reboot one, right?
Yeah, it's. I don't think we really like it that much. It's
okay.
It's almost like Joe Mantegna. He swears every episode now, and he kind of
because
just,
it's
like,
on
does
streaming
because they can do it. Yeah. He goes. I think he's like, oh, we gotta catch that shithead. It's just so on place. Wow. And there's kind of like this overarching. I'm assuming there's going to be multiple seasons. I could be wrong, but for the season 1, there's this like overarching kind of big
plot?
villain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which the old series kind of had those like drop-ins. The most notable for me is Foyette, who did all that stuff. But that was kind of over multiple seasons. This seems like it might be contained to like one season, with maybe a possible like bigger MCU bad, whatever you want to call it, like above that. That's what it seems like to me. But so far, I'd say not great. Okay. I think it's either the acting or the writing. And I forget the actor's name.
What if it's both?
Danielle might say it in the chat right now. What's his name? His name is... Where's the IMDb?
Criminal
Zach
Mind.
Guilford.
Oh, okay.
In this most recent episode, not good. Really bad.
Well,
and I don't know if it's him or the writing, but it's one of them. Great.
Wow.
Yeah, but like Danielle said, no, it's the F word every episode. Yeah, and he's the only one that swears, by the way. Like
maybe it's in his contract. I gotta get the F word in. Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah. But that's it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any other TV that I have watched and missed, but I'm sure there's probably something. But let's
we're gonna
go
start the clauses soon, by the way. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I have not yet started Willow. I want to start Willow. I still have to see Willow the movie.
I heard that was good.
I did hear it. I heard that was good too. So I'm very excited to try it. And between Willow, more so Willow than the Santa Clauses, but I think Willow is kind of like Andor was. It's an interesting experiment for Disney Plus of, can we do a high budget, whatever you want to call it, premium television show that's not Star Wars or Marvel? You know what I mean? Like, I think Willow really has the chance to be like, if they can really have a smash hit success with Willow, I think it'll open up Disney Plus for a lot more like interesting stuff in the future. So I'm also kind of rooting for that show to be successful, because, as you know, for families and stuff, as fun as I'm sure the Mysterious Benedict Society and Mighty Ducks is, I would like some higher budget, bigger risk, interesting stuff to watch that's not just Star Wars and Marvel, because I feel like Disney Plus could get a little pigeonholed between those two. But let's move on here. Let's talk about box office real quick. And then we do have a couple trailer reactions to knock out. I don't know if you've seen any of these or not, but we'll go with box office first here. Yeah. So first off, great week at the box office. Although, if you look at the year as a whole, it's really kind of falling apart here. A great start to 2022 with a lot of amazing movies. Doctor Strange hitting almost $1 billion. Obviously, we got the tail end of No Way Home hitting almost $2 billion. And then right in the middle of the year, we got, obviously, Top Gun Maverick easily hitting $1.5 billion, almost on its way to $2 billion. Maybe with a re-release one day it'll get there, but bringing in a lot of money. But here, I feel like this year is kind of going out with a whimper. One of the main things I want to talk about here is The Fabelmans and Glass Onion. Glass Onion, we talked about the actual box office numbers last week. where it was, an estimated 9.5 million, but what does that really even mean? Because Netflix doesn't actually release the accurate numbers. But we could talk about that in a second and whether that was foolish of them, because I do think they left a fair amount of money on the table with that one. But number one, again, in its fourth week at number one, is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. No surprise here. I think we're getting a lot of people finally in the I haven't been able to get out to see it, so I'm going to see it this week, that kind of thing, bringing in another 17.5 million. Violent Night, first weekend out at number 2 at 13.4 million. We'll talk about the budget on that movie in a minute. Strange World, another, just huge animation disappointment for 2022. Really 3 in a row here for Walt Disney Company, which is not a good look. Bringing in $5 million, another 60% drop week over week with that movie. The Menu holding strong, actually going to number 4 this week, whereas last week it was number 5, so it's actually moving up one spot. With another 3.4 million, with a only about a 37% drop, so that's a really good result for that movie. And then Devotion, not gonna make its budget back anywhere close, but Devotion coming in at number 5 with another $2.7 million. So a couple other things outside of the top 5 that I just want to address, and then I'll throw it to you with what you're interested to talk about, what you want to grab onto. I Heard the Bells was a big movie that was released this week through the Fathom event series. So it is a religious movie, but it is actually kind of a big play for that demographic and that market. I will let you know, at my personal job, it was definitely the busiest movie we had all week. And we had 2 4 o'clocks and 2 7 o'clocks almost every single day. Almost every single one of those was at like 70 to 90 people in every single show. And that led the movie to bring in $2 million. It's at 2.7 worldwide right now, on a very, very limited budget. But the big thing with this is that a very different Sight and Sound, but it is just ironic that it's the same name. Sight and Sound Pictures, which is normally makes, kind of the straight to DVD, straight to video religious movies. This is their first foray into an actual big full theatrical release. So, not that it's a huge segment of the market, but coming in at number 6, in the holiday season, I feel like that's something at least to talk about. Black Adam, again, another 50% drop. Fabelmans at number 7, just super limited on that release. Again, I think definitely leaving a lot of money on the table. And then the last one I want to talk about is Top Gun Maverick, came back from the dead this week, added another almost 2,000 theaters after being entirely absent from theaters. Didn't quite crack the top 10, but made it to number 11, picking up another $675,000. So maybe with the holiday season coming up, maybe a true Christmas week, maybe you'll see Top Gun crack back into that top 10, because I think now that it's back, I think it's probably going to be staying on at least one screen in the theaters that it's in. I wouldn't see them losing it for the holidays, because I think it is a big family movie. But yeah, just kind of going off of all that, if you want to talk Black Adam, Black Panther, Violent Night, Menu, whatever you want, what's kind of jumping out to you here, and everybody in the chat?
Yeah, that one you just said, Top Gun, really jumped out to me right there. I wasn't sure if it was still in theaters or if they kind of re-released it, whatever. So yeah, for Top Gun to come back and have it be,
that is another good thing to keep in mind. It is technically a reissue, so ticket prices are lower. So if it was full price, it could have had the potential to make more.
Yeah, to have it come back top 10 or almost top 10 is crazy. I think it's on, I want to say it's on Paramount Plus already, or it will be there. Very
I think it's adding it next week in time for Christmas.
And then speaking of Fabelmans, I just saw that I guess it's coming VOD next week, which I mean that's very quick. I feel like it's only been out like 2 weeks, right? 4 weeks. Oh, excuse me.
Well, all right, let's talk about the Fabelman release limited, real quick. Right? So hang on. Oh, jeez. So the Fabelmans release, basically, I know it says 4 there. Sorry, just 1 second. So I know it says 4 there, but that has been uber limited release. Very, very limited. I mean, you see right now it's only at 638 screens. I have no idea why they are doing that. I think that's literally insane, because I think that movie, just being Steven Spielberg, has a chance to really make a lot of money, and it seems like Universal, I would use the word, is almost just fully abandoning the film, and I have no idea why. Because, I mean, we live not in a huge city, but we live in a pretty dense theatrical marketplace, I would say. We have like 10 movie theaters real close to us, and it's only playing at one of them. So I don't really know what the idea is there, honestly. Something that, you know, we could talk about too that's nowhere to be found on this list is, again, Glass Onion. Just and also, you know what? Let's have a quick, deeper conversation about Glass Onion and about Netflix, because a big news story for Netflix right now is that Bullet Train was recently added to the platform this past week, and it premiered at #1. So you see this with Bullet Train having a big theatrical run. Did, I would say, modestly well. It's not like Bullet Train was a crazy hit of the summer, but you know it made its money. It's good. Yeah, it's really good. Also, same producers as Violent Night. Jeez, some of these cars super loud out there. But back to Bullet Train. So it debuted. It's #1 in the Netflix top 10 right now. You see something like Encanto last year had a amazing theatrical run, then goes on Disney Plus, premieres at #1 on Disney Plus, and has constantly been a fan favorite on Disney Plus. You also see that with other titles as well. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness did really well on Disney Plus once it was added. So the question to me is, I think their idea is, okay, we're going to put Glass Onion out for just 1 week, very limited, get the anticipation, drum up the hype for the people who are able to see it, then we'll get X number more Netflix subscriptions from it. But I just really think that didn't work out for them. I think that they would have stood to make way more money if they just left it in theaters. Maybe you leave it in theaters, and then the day it gets added to Netflix is the day it comes out of theaters. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think this gap strategy, I think, is really going to bite them, because now people have heard that this movie is good, or whatever you've heard about the movie. People have drummed up interest for it. And now the conversation is not, oh, that's good, or oh, that's out, I'll go see that, and giving over, $11 to $18 to pay a ticket to go see it. Now you're talking about, oh, that's out right now? No, it's actually gone now. So you just can't go see it again until you go on Netflix. And it was a movie. The movie itself, the budget was reportedly $46 million, which to me is like a little insane. But then you add on top of it the almost $500 million deal that was struck to get the rights to the franchise and to kind of bring Rian Johnson in-house, Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig in-house to make these films. And then you look at the results of only bringing in about $9 million. I mean, I don't know. That to me just feels like a huge missed opportunity. But what do you think?
Yeah, agreed. I think if you're going to put out, I don't understand I don't even know how long it was out in like theaters for.
6 days.
Again, I know it was just 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, just because of the fact that it's like, Netflix is a company, they don't really make any money other than their subscription base. And I know, like, it's, I know in maybe your mind people think, or they think, we put this out on Netflix, we don't release it anywhere else, that'll drive the subscriber base up. People are going to pay and want to see this movie, and either they'll count on you staying, or they'll count on you buying it, watching it once, then forgetting that you have it, and it's kind of, every month, you just get charged that whatever tier you're paying for.
Yeah.
So I never understand why they just refuse to just let it go for, an extended period of time. You don't have to do like 6 months or whatever. I mean, you could do it like 2-3 weeks, something more than 6 days. Just to add another maybe temporary stream of revenue for, a few weeks. So you're not just
100%.
And I feel like a lot of people always say, like, I think Robert Meyer Burnett always makes this point, is that there's only a certain amount of households in the world that will be paying for, that are paying for Netflix. So, that growth dries up at some point. And you have to find other ways to make money. And Netflix I feel like they just refuse to do any of that. Like, they refuse to put it in theaters for an extended period of time, even though, like something like Knives Out, I'm sure if Glass Onion was still in theaters, like it'd probably be in this top 10, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah. I mean, it premiered at number 2. Like, it premiered very, very well. But then also, you look at just the fact of how many limited theaters it was in, because Violent Night has only been out for, 6 or 7 days, and that premiered at 13.5 million. Way more than Glass Onion made in just 1 week, and that's just down to purely how many theaters it was able to play in. That's kind of the thing too, is that it would be, I think, an interesting experiment if you said it's going to be in every theater. Maybe not every theater, but the highest amount that there is. So let's say it's going to be in 4,000 theaters for 1 week. That is a different story. I think you're looking at a $25 million opening, or a $25 million week. When you say it's going to be in 800 theaters for 1 week, you are so limiting the amount that you can make per screen, per location. Like I said, I just think you're really shooting yourself in the foot with that, and I think we've seen that at a couple different places. Netflix primarily. I mean, you look also at something like The Gray Man this past summer, reportedly $215 million budget, didn't even go theatrical at all. So you're just really hoping what? I don't even know, because another thing people always say about Netflix, which is true, they pump all this money into these giant movies and getting these giant celebrities to star in these films. They pumped, $500 million to Ryan Johnson, Daniel Craig, and others. But that's the thing, though, is that think about how many Netflix original movies you're like, wow, I love that movie. Maybe 5, if you can think of 5. Netflix is popular, and Netflix gets its biggest subscriber growth and its biggest fan appreciation from these shows. Stranger Things, Wednesday is now the 3rd most watched live action Netflix show ever. Like, that's crazy. That's where you should be putting your money in, is these amazing shows that everybody goes to your service, binges, watches. I think you should definitely look at switching to the weekly model, not only because it'll extend the lifetime of your customer, but also it just sometimes it gives a better experience. I think we talk about this all the time. It's a give and take. It's a balance of, should this be dump all at once? Should this be, streaming week to week? Look at Tales of the Jedi versus Andor, right? I think that's a great example. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff to talk about. But before we move on, was there anything else you wanted to talk about box office wise that we didn't touch on here? Are you gonna see the menu?
I'm gonna see it. I don't know when. I will see it. R.I.P. Black Adam. We talked about that last week.
Yeah, let's go to the total on that.
I think I saw that it's projected to lose like 150 to $200 million, something like that.
Yeah, but then did you see that Warner Brothers Zaslav came out with a Variety article and was like, no, actually, it'll be fine. No, actually, it was a success. Okay.
No, it was not.
Sure, I believe you. Not. Like, literally, that's basically what the article said. It was just like, no, actually, we have the full numbers, and it's gonna be great. Mm-hmm. Sure.
And show me, please.
Yeah, no, exactly. Tell that to probably the biggest marketing budget of any DC film yet, for some reason, for Black Adam. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on here. I don't think there's anything else. Lyle coming in at number 15. Shout out. But let's move on to some of these. Actually, let's move to chat real quick. Netflix says. Danielle says Netflix has shows people love and cancels them after one season to pursue crappy movies or worse shows. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Think about how many I can't get that word out of my brain. Think about how many Wednesdays you could make for the budget of The Gray Man. You know what I mean? Like, that's The Gray Man. What is The Gray Man famous for? For being an expensive,
right,
so movie, and that's putting it kindly.
Sometimes, just thinking now, sometimes do you wonder if, and I'm sure they do, this is a dumb question because it's literally their business and everything, but do you sometimes think they realize that, like, Netflix has been caught up to at this point? They've been doing it so long. They were the first ones in the game, really. Actually, not really. They were the first ones to do this. Yeah. Like I always say, I remember booting up my Wii and streaming Netflix from there.
Yeah.
Or getting the DVDs in the mail.
I remember asking my friend on the Wii, I was like, but how does that work if there's no disc?
Right.
Like, I remember having that conversation.
And I know they're trying to diversify with the games, those games that they're developing, putting them on Netflix as a thing, and I don't know if you have to pay more for that, but it really is time to try, and especially because they've always been operating at a loss. I'm pretty sure they're always operating with an incredible amount of debt, and like we said, paying $500 million to Rian Johnson, Daniel Craig for, Glass Onion. I'd be like, do you maybe want to put this out in theaters for maybe a few weeks, just a few,
literally.
It doesn't have to be that long, but like again, like Glass Onion, how many people are going to subscribe who don't have Netflix right now? How many people are going to subscribe to Netflix to watch that movie? I really don't think it's that I can't imagine it's that many.
I don't. Yeah.
Because I imagine everybody that wants to watch it probably already has it. So you're not paying an extra fee for it to watch it. And they also keep raising their prices too. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
it's the way it's getting combat it, I guess, but
it's getting to the point where they're gonna price themselves out of their own service,
right.
Which is it's why all these streaming services.
Yeah, and there's always those rumors of like Disney buying Netflix, Apple buying Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that this week. Yeah, and it's like it could very easily happen. And right now I would say maybe Disney buying them, maybe a little too, do not pass go or whatever, Monopoly Man. But Apple buying them, I think, could be interesting. Because I do think that Apple TV Plus, we've talked about before, I think it's one of the most improved streaming services.
Slowly growing.
Yeah, so if they can do some kind of merge there, I mean, first of all, that would totally revolutionize the entire industry and be like an insane shift in everything. That aside, I think that the two content libraries, if you put them in charge of that, I think that you'd see some better decisions being made, or at least the running at a loss won't be so detrimental. Because right now, 10 more Gray Mans and the whole company could be, belly up. Honestly, I mean, with the fact that they never release their numbers, we never really know. It's just every movie for a different asterisk next to it is the biggest movie Netflix has ever done. Like Six Underground and Red Notice were like back to back, and they both were the biggest movie that Netflix has ever done. Well, okay, sure. But that little mini episode of Shark Tank aside that we just did on Netflix's company model, I want to get your thoughts on two quick Star Wars things. So we got some release dates here. I want you to just give me real quick, how excited are you? And then I'm just going to step out real quick. We got... Jeez, I just completely forgot the name of it. Bad Batch, yes. Bad Batch Season 2 coming out in less than a month here, right in the beginning of January. Then we do have Mando coming out now, officially confirmed March 1st. And then, if you want to talk about any of the news with this, and then I'll be right back, we have finally officially Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order sequel coming out March 15th. I know you and I, we haven't even talked about it yet, but I know Super excited to see all that news. I don't know if you saw the cosmetic pack leaks too. Looks like we're getting a Kenobi inspired look, a Han inspired look, and a Luke inspired look. So very, very excited for all of that. But what are your kind of thoughts on that? How excited are you for those different projects? And I will be right back.
First of all, Bad Batch. I'd say I'm pretty, or you know what? I wouldn't say pretty. I'm mildly excited. I don't really remember all that much that went into the first season. I know it's been a long time since it came out, and I'm most likely not going to go back and watch the first season. So I'd say I'm mildly excited, but still looking forward to it because I do love all the Star Wars product they've been putting out so far on Disney Plus has been pretty good. I'd say probably Boba Fett was the least of all those. But as far as Mandalorian, obviously Andor is great, and Obi-Wan also really good, and season 1 of Bad Batch good. Mandalorian coming out, I think it's March as well. I want to say. Also very excited for that. I'm excited to see, where this goes. I think we're heading to the Siege of Mandalore. So we're gonna kind of catch up into that. I think that Rebels timeline, I believe. So that'll be interesting to see. And I'm interested to see the production. Like with Andor, we saw such an increase, I feel like, or an up in just like quality of everything. I'm interested to see if that quality is also in 3. Not that it wasn't in season 1 and 2, but Andor I don't know, it just felt different. And if season 3 doesn't, deliver, maybe we were talking about, I think I might have already said in previous weeks that Andor has surpassed Mandalorian. But I think I'm going to go back on that now if I did say that. I don't think it has surpassed it yet, but if season 3 does not deliver, I think after just one season, Andor might have surpassed Mandalorian. That's a possibility. And then Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I believe it was like 2 that it was coming out in March. I don't think that was like an official announcement, and I think it was on Steam. Like the Steam page was up and the release date was there, and it obviously wasn't supposed to be up. And I'm going to assume that EA was probably kind of forced into saying like, "Oh yeah, it's coming out in March." I'm excited for the game. I'm not going to go back and play Fallen Order. I sold it. I had it on PS4 originally. I think I sold that. I sold the game when I sold the PS4. But I am excited to see Cal Kestis again. I know I was kind of down on the first one. I think I gave it. I think what we rated it when we finished playing it. I believe I gave it a 7 out of 10. I just never felt, and I get it. Like I get the character. He's still learning and everything, but I just never felt powerful, and it sucked. I always go back to Force Unleashed because I love feeling like very OP in that game. It always feels really cool, destroying stormtroopers and everything around you and feeling like you're unstoppable. And Fallen Order didn't really give me that. And I also felt like the game kind of ended abruptly. I felt like the ending was just kind of cut off, and I was like, oh, it's over. I was like, okay. But I am excited for this. That trailer that came out, I think a month ago, I want to say, got me really hyped for it. Are those? He was talking about some sort of cosmetic kit that came out. I'm interested to see what that looks like. 8H. Hermit cosmetic. Oh, okay. Blaster set. Interesting. So I guess you're gonna have Are you gonna have a blaster as well as a lightsaber possibly? So that would be interesting.
Hello.
I wonder if you lose your lightsaber at some point.
So all the promo stuff, has shown that as Cal, you are gonna have a blaster now and a lightsaber. I think you might be right though, because if you remember back to that trailer, you see that Senator, whoever it's supposed to be, has his lightsaber. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reason you have both is maybe just at the start of the game. So I think you might be right. I think there's probably going to be at least a decent chunk of it where you lose it.
Yeah, I wonder if we get another trailer on Thursday. Thursday's the Game Awards, and usually, Jeff Keighley has a lot of stuff coming usually at those awards. So
I think they said actually that's when the gameplay is dropping.
Oh, okay.
I saw a post on EA's Twitter that said it said some upcoming event. I think it was the Game Awards. That basically said, like, keep your eyes peeled for the first official gameplay footage. And I think that you and I can both agree, as long as the map is heavily reworked and improved, I think the game...
Sorry, you are correct. Just looking at the tweet now.
Okay, it is? All right, cool. Yeah. And when is that?
December 8th, so Thursday.
Oh shit. Damn. Okay. Cool. If I'm home or if it drops, do we have a time on that? I mean, you don't have to look it up if you don't know, but
I forget. I think it starts at like 7 or something.
Okay.
Eastern. So.
All right. Well, then maybe when I get out of work that day, might have to do a reaction to that, like I did for the Hogwarts Legacy one. Do we have a release date for Hogwarts Legacy? I know we're getting close.
Isn't it I thought it was. Oh yeah, isn't it January?
I think. Because didn't it say originally it said holiday, but then it changed it to like winter or something?
February 10th.
February 10th. Damn. Okay. That makes me sad. But damn, I am so excited though for Jedi Survivor. Because really, for me at least, I've replayed it I think twice fully, and then I played here or there, like on and off. But it's really just if they can just like nail a new map system, that game for me, I could just play that game, infinitely. And also they've already said, it's going to be bigger worlds, more worlds and everything like that. It's just no surprise really, but it's just going to be a bigger game in almost every way than the first one was. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. And I'm also excited to see a big thing was like the skill tree in the first one. What is it going to mean that we add a blaster now to that? Are we going to have some cool blaster force abilities? Something like that. It's not really something we've ever explored. A force user, permanently wielding a blaster, except maybe, I guess you could say Ezra Bridger in Season 1 and Season 2, but that was more of a combo thing. So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. But just to give my ranking on that in terms of excitement, I honestly, pending Thursday, I would say Mando is probably still number one, but honestly, Mando and Survivor are really neck and neck, just because I know Mando's probably going to be pretty good, but I know that I will be playing Jedi Survivor for years because I've been playing Fallen Order for years. I've been playing it, pretty on and off for 3 years. So I'm super excited just to kind of have a new Cal Kestis game, and I guess just in general have a good Star Wars game again, to add to that very short list under the EA contract. But and then Bad Batch would probably be third, but no slight on Bad Batch. I know I love that show. I agree with you. I don't. Oh yeah,
I'll be right back real quick. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So yeah, my Bad Batch thoughts. I would say I really love that show. I think just because it is a slightly younger skewing animated show, I think just on that basis it puts it a little bit lower, just because I think some of the wackiness, it's about 25 minutes every week. It's just 25 minutes of Star Wars goodness, every single week, and I think it's going to be really, really exciting, again, just like the first one was. I'm excited to see kind of where Crosshair gets picked up, how he comes back into the picture. I'm really excited, honestly, to get another Bad Batch Season 2 trailer, because I feel like we got that early look at it out in, I think it was Celebration over the summer. But, we're really fast approaching it, and we still haven't gotten a second trailer or really anything other than that first teaser. So I'd be interested to see a deeper look at that show. And then Mando Season 3, it's Mandalorian. It's a fantastic show. I was listening to everything that TJ said earlier. I think that the production value thing is warranted, and I think a lot of the trailer maybe even indicates that the production value is higher. And I think we've heard that from some people, that they're really putting a lot into just how good the show looks, we've seen now in the first and second teaser, basically, you know, different groupings of Mandalorians. We see a lot of them with the jetpacks kind of dropping out of this, you know, drop ship. Looks very cool. So I think a lot of the show is kind of just going to be bigger and grander. And I'm really excited to see that. But I do think it's hard for me to really pick a number one out of Mando and Jedi Survivor, just because I'm going to love them both for two very different reasons. But let me know in the chat, what are you guys most anticipated on those three upcoming Star Wars projects that are really fast approaching here in just less than, about basically 3 months out. We'll have almost all three of those. So yeah, let us know what you think of that down below. We are probably going to keep this a little bit on the shorter side. Probably going to do... probably 3 trailer reactions. Then we'll go into some of our Avatar stuff, and then again, like TJ said at the top of the show, we are going to be doing another one of our tier lists. I do not know what it is going to be today, so I hope that TJ has something real good in mind here. But yeah, once he comes back, we are going to go into this. What have you guys been watching? Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know in the live chat right now. What's some of the stuff that you've been watching, that you've been interested in? And that's kind of stuff that we can talk about here until TJ gets back. I guess, you know what? I guess maybe let's jump into some of these reactions here. Well, you know what? Let's watch this. Let's just take a look at this, if I can pull this up. It's just a little featurette on Avatar. I'm going to turn the volume way down, though, just because these Avatar trailers have really been getting the copyright strike going.
Let's swing for the fences.
I think what people are in store for is Avatar, but times 100.
Avatar times 100.
To a whole other place. I've never...
Sigourney?
Anything like this in a
Gotta
movie.
keep talking.
It picks up.
Oh,
and it
damn.
goes off and he just...
That was crazy.
It was wild. My eyes were glued to the screen, and I can't wait.
Oh, is that who plays the
world is bigger.
their one
The
kid?
stakes are higher.
This is our home!
I was always looking at everything in wonder.
What Jim is trying to create is very truthful, very emotional and grounded tales. I need you to be strong. A family trying to survive.
Oh, they have like a new little earpiece.
Level of magic and crazy.
10 days.
It takes years to make these movies, but there's nothing like this.
I cannot wait to see what the hell is going on with Stephen Lang in this movie.
It was the experience of the first movie, but on steroids.
That's crazy. Wow. Avatar. That's nuts. Tickets on sale now. Yeah, I know. I saw... Let's see here. I saw Fandom tweeted out... an interesting... Oh, let's see. Latest. I might not be looking at the right thing. Wow. Some of these shots, man. Some of these shots just look absolutely insane. Wow. Okay. Where is everything? Oh, okay. So here we go. So Fandom let us know basically the stage of production on all the upcoming sequels. So basically, 2 obviously is completely finished. It's about to release in 9 days, really. So I would hope that it would be completely finished. But 2 obviously all good to go. 3 is also completely filmed. and most of the way through post-production. That movie still has like 2 years left. It's going to be coming out December 2020. What would that be? 2024. So that is very interesting. And then 4 is fully written and ready to start shooting. And then, 4 is partially filmed. 5 is fully written and ready to start shooting. And then James Cameron also says that he does have a script written for a potential Avatar 6 and an Avatar 7 if the franchise is able to kind of live on that long. This is interesting. So somebody, IGN put out this post, said why you should care about Avatar The Way of Water even if you think Avatar sucks. Very interesting. Seeing positive reviews for Avatar Way of the Water made my day. Highly excited. Can't wait to see it on the big screen. Let's see here. Is it a goose or a flying dolphin? Very interesting. All right. So this is coming from, I'm just going to hop into some of these reactions here. So this is from Let's Cinema. Very cool logo on Let's Cinema. Never doubt James Cameron. Hashtag Avatar opens to phenomenal reviews all over from special shows. Best film ever. Masterpiece storytelling at its finest. So let's jump into a few of these here. We got them nice kind of congregated here. So Mike Ryan says Avatar The Way of Water. Yeah, never bet against James Cameron. Trying to spare hyperbole, but I've never seen anything like this from a technical visual standpoint. It's overwhelming. Maybe too overwhelming. Sometimes I'd miss plot points because I'm staring at a Pandora fish. Fair enough, I guess. How excited are you guys for Avatar? Let us know down below. We got Eric Davis saying, this is James Cameron leaning right into that Cameron playbook. There are Titanic vibes, True Lies vibes, that's interesting, Abyss vibes, Terminator 2 vibes. It is Cameron in top form, matching tremendous visuals with a very entertaining and emotional story that leaves you wanting more. See, that is very interesting to me, because I have seen some of the reactions that I've seen have not been that positive. So I'm very excited to see that. So we're just going in, we just watched a little featurette on the Avatar Way of the Water, and I just started listening to some of these reactions. 2 so far have been pretty positive, thanking James Cameron for, kind of his amazing emotional storytelling, and then obviously visuals and everything. And then Perry Nemiroff says, hashtag Avatar The Way of Water is pretty incredible. I had faith James Cameron would raise the bar with the effects, but these visuals are mind-blowing. One stunning frame after the next. Where are we? But the thing I dug most is how the technical feats always feel in service of character and world building. See, this is interesting because when I first saw these reactions coming out, it did not seem this positive. So maybe this is just a positive kind of aggregate. We'll see in a minute, I guess. But we got Maria Latila. Hashtag Avatar Way of Water is incredible, stunning, mesmerizing filmmaking mixed with immense world building and storytelling. The Way of Water is truly awe-inspiring. Loved being back on Pandora and cannot wait to return. We got BD Brandon Davis. Avatar The Way of the Water is being more than 3 hours long is both fulfilling and indulgent. It still ends up wanting you to know a third is coming. Constantly a visual feast, creative play with frame rate, and never boring despite that. Overall, I liked it. So that's very, very interesting. Now I want to go into oh, look at this. Get to know Spider, a human friend of Jake and Natiri's children in Avatar The Way of the Water. Got my guy Norm.
Yeah.
Norm's back. There we go. That's all I really want to know. I want to find... Oh, is this one right here? All right, do you want to read that one real quick?
Yeah. Who's this? Who said this?
Sorry. Zoe Rose Bryant.
Zoe Rose Bryant. She said, hashtag Avatar the Way of Water is an awe-inspiring blend between a nature documentary and a blockbuster, a thrilling 3-hour-long travel log, filled the oceans of Pandora with deep feeling in its foundation and an unspeakably epic third act that will leave you breathless and in tears. Seems like a lot of people like this movie.
I know. I like I said, I'm really kind of shocked because what I read before literally we started this live show, because these just started coming out. Literally, these are from while we were live. I got to admit, the first like 4 tweets I saw, I was like, uh-oh. But all of these are looking pretty good. But the one I want to get to, where the hell is it, is Christian Harloff. I saw he posted his out of the theater reaction right before we went live, and I don't want to put his video up just because I don't want to. Right. You can go over to his channel, but to check that out. But I know he freaking tweeted about it, and I just cannot find it. Oh, look at some of these. Again, we're just looking at some of these visuals. Like, look at this poster. Also, I just gotta say, I have multiple people at my work are trying to tell me.
Do you want me to read his? I have it up on my Twitter.
Yeah, in just 1 second, because I want to get your thoughts on this. I have multiple people that I work with trying to tell me, oh, this movie is not going to be like Jake Sully's movie. It can't be. They got to move on to keep it fresh. I agree with you 100%. They got to do other things and move the focus to keep it fresh. I think if you think that Sam Worthington is not going to be the main star of this movie still, I think you're crazy. I personally, if we're just going to map the arc of this entire franchise, I don't think there's a chance in hell that Jake Sully's going to make it out alive. He might even die in this movie, maybe the next one. I'm not sure, but he's still, as of right now, the star. They got to do a lot of heavy lifting to pivot it. You know, if you're going to pivot it to one of their kids or just pivot it fully to Zoe Saldana or whatever. But you look at all these posters. I mean, he's front and center. He's the one that's on the posters multiple times. You know, I don't think that we're going to be losing Jake Sully as the main main protagonist in this. But what did Christian Harloff have to say?
He said, just saw Avatar The Way of Water. I was a big fan of the first one, and I'm a big fan of this one. Emotional and absolutely stunning. Such a cinematic masterpiece. I don't know if it'll win over a lot of people who like the first one, but I was happy to be back in Pandora. So let's just, everybody that heard me say that do we really need another Avatar when I said that like months ago, just ignore that. Okay, actually I've since rectified that, because we did go rewatch the first one when it was re-released.
Yeah, I feel like that changed both of our opinions.
Very good movie, very good. So I should not, I take back everything I said about James Cameron. Do we need, now granted there's a second one, there's a third one, am I going to need a fourth and a fifth? I don't know. It could be, law of diminishing returns, but James Cameron so far has not steered anybody wrong, so I feel like I kind of just have to trust him at this point. I think he's kind of earned the benefit of the doubt.
I agree. There he is, the I guess the GOAT himself, question mark.
Yeah.
I just want to pull up this one that my friend sent me from David Ehrlich.
Yeah.
Really liked it. He's a reporter at over at IndieWire. Avatar: The Way of the Water. Imagine, he says, LOL. Imagine being dumb enough to bet against James Cameron, our teen alien Sigourney Weaver, or giant whales subtitled in papyrus. Absolutely. Light years better than the first. I feel like that's maybe the first one we've seen say that. Light years better than the first, and easily one of the best theatrical experiences in ages. Streaming found dead in a ditch. I was not exactly chomping at the bit for an Avatar 2, even if James Cameron plus wet tends to work out pretty well. It's very true. Now I can't wait to see Avatar 3. That's basically all I wanted out of this, and it delivered in a big way. And then a note here, this is all the 3D 48 frames per second version, by the way. Only way I ever want to see this movie. Stupid double glasses and all. I don't know. That
Reviving
seems
3D with a single movie, James Cameron.
Yeah, absolutely. That seems pretty cut and dry on how much he enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you think this movie is just gonna be like incredible?
Yeah.
Wow. And it's starting to sell out. I'm telling you, man, this movie might have it all. Might not, but it might have it all. Oh, is this James Cameron? Step out on stage at the Worms. Are they gonna talk? Nothing. Well, good for them, though. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, here we go. Tom Beasley. I was blown away by the sheer scale of Avatar: The Way of the Water, which fulfills every mad promise its creators have made about the cinematic innovation. Underwater stuff especially is mind-blowing, but it's also huge, epic filmmaking of the kind that has become Cameron's trademark. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. This stuff... It's getting me hyped. I gotta be honest. It's definitely getting me hyped. More so than I thought I could be. Oh yeah, you didn't see the featurette, but like, look at some of these stills. These are all from the new featurette. Like, Jake Sully rocking the dreads, looking like a champ. Look at that. Like, what is that? That looks so good. The orange.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Got Jake staring down the weapons of his enemies. Very, very interested to see what's going on with that. When we got Sigourney Weaver here. Man, the landscapes in this movie look so good. Like, you look at something like this. This is from the first movie, obviously. And, like, that looks fantastic. But, like, this? What?
Yeah.
This is all fake? None of this is real? Like, I basically said, you know, Jungle Book, hold my beer. I don't know.
Right.
It's just insane. But that's some of the first looks and first info on Avatar: The Way of the Water. I know we're going to see it as soon as we can. We'll have our review up, probably a couple reviews just like we did for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'll probably have a straight out of the theater one. Then we'll probably do a non-spoiler and a spoiler for you guys to close out the year. So let's go ahead and move on here. Like I said, we're gonna do just a couple trailer reactions here, and then we'll end out the show with whatever TJ's got in store for us with the tier maker over there. Now,
just real quick, I think I only have time for maybe one reaction.
Okay.
So I don't know, whichever one you want to pick.
I will let you
can
pick.
Go to the tier.
So
I've seen. I would want to do the Cocaine Bear one because I have not seen that. I don't know if you
I am
have,
totally
but...
down for that. I saw a spot for it in the theater before Violent Night.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it was this full trailer. But either way, I will definitely watch it again. You haven't seen it, you said?
No,
all right.
I'm not.
Let's just freaking go into this because I cannot wait. Where's the freaking button? There we go. Hello? There we go. All right, so thank you guys. If you are just joining us, welcome back to the Planet Film Network. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new trailer for Cocaine Bear. All right, let's just jump right into this thing because this is craziness. Okay, yeah, this is the same trailer, but it is so good.
What is that?
Jeez. Just slowly close.
Whoa!
Millions of dollars worth of cocaine fell from the sky this morning in Knoxville, Tennessee.
What?
I can't. This is all based on a true story.
I'm looking for my daughter. Forest is a dangerous place.
Hey, Henry, check it out. Something got into it. A deer, maybe.
A lot of cocaine was lost.
Hey, Leona!
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P., yeah. I'll say the bear looks great.
Don't eat that, don't eat that.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of a...
Oh, he ate the whole thing. Oh.
Alden Ehrenreich.
The bear, it fucking did cocaine.
Oh my god.
Did cocaine.
Really? It's like, what the fuck?
It was far.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
I can't. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Of course I can.
Oh.
Oh.
Starts climbing the tree.
Oh shit!
It kind of seems like the thing that stays with a man forever.
Apex predator.
Oh.
High on cocaine. Out of his mind.
This looks insane.
Oh man, you fucked.
What's wrong with that bear?
Shoot it, man!
Holy shit.
God.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Jumped into the ambulance.
We have such good luck in nature.
Oh my god. You see who that was?
No, who was that?
It was Tormund.
Oh.
that looks so freaking funny. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I thought that looked like dumb fun. I'm very excited to see that. You said it was it the same people that did? Is it what's it called? Universal 2? Deadly Night? Is that what it's called?
Violent Night. Yeah, it's the
Violent
same.
Night. Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same producers, but it is. It is all Universal.
Yeah.
So Universal's been taking these really funny R-rated risks, I
Right.
guess. This looks
I'd love
hilarious.
to see the pitch for this movie. Like somebody just comes in and is like, "Listen, this is this bear, and he gets into cocaine." And
Yeah, it was actually Elizabeth
hunts these
Banks.
people." Oh,
She directed this. Yeah.
well, there you go. Oh, okay.
You got, the ensemble cast looks hilarious. I love
Right.
seeing obviously Alden and things again. So great. Very different than when he met Chewbacca. So I'm sure he was
Yes.
channeling some of that. Jesse Tyler Ferguson looks like unrecognizable with that wig that they have on him.
Yeah.
I just think it looks really funny and really
Agreed.
interesting. And we got the posters in at work, and it's literally a bear made out of cocaine. Like it's like somebody drew a bear like on like a blackboard in cocaine. It looks just insane, just absolutely insane. It comes out right around my roommate's birthday, so I said we'll go see that for her birthday together because it just looks absolutely insane. But yeah, guys, let us know, what did you think of the trailer for Cocaine Bear? Let us know that and more, and stick around. Some of our other trailer reactions, reviews, everything like that, and PFNLive, which we do every week. All right, so let's go ahead and let's end this off. TJ is gonna go ahead and send me the link because I have no idea what this is going to be. Oh, you know what? This might lose visual for a second.
Yeah.
Looks like you're in another voice channel.
Me.
No, me.
Oh.
How do I get back to the text without?
You just click text
Oh,
channel.
open chat.
Should be fine.
Oh, can you do open chat? Can you send it there?
Oh yeah. This.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Everything's broken. There we go. We're back. All right. What is this? $1 billion movies tier list. Oh man, this is okay. Let's go.
Some of these I haven't seen, so I'll rely on you. But
I'm sure there's probably a couple I haven't seen.
yeah.
Maybe not. But I'm sure there's probably no. I think I've seen all of them. God, I need a life. This is my life. Let's go ahead and rank these. This is a great pick. I had no idea what he was going to pick up. Do we want to tell the people what you were originally going to do, or should we save it for maybe doing it?
Well, I was originally going to do one that was Euphoria characters based on their morality, and there was a few different tiers for that. And then I was also going to do movie theater like snacks because I thought that was interesting.
Oh,
but then I wanted to do this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a great pick. This was absolutely fantastic. All right, so I think, again, just like we did with the Spielberg one, which, if you don't know, we have been doing these tier lists for 4 weeks now, I think. So there's one up on the channel. They're all up as their own video as well. So we ranked all of Marvel Phase 4, every single project, all of Steven Spielberg's filmography, and then we also did one of ranking 50 Star Wars characters. So we have all of those up on the channel right now if you want to check that out. I'm sure we'll link a couple of them either up in the cards or at the end of the video. But let's just go ahead and start this off. You want to just go in order here?
Yeah, Alice
All
in
right.
Wonderland have not seen. So
Alice in Wonderland, I will put it in. I guess I'll start off with C. I think Johnny Depp is like fantastic in that movie. Anne Hathaway, Helena Bonham Carter, the girl who plays Alice, I forget her name, Mia something last name. She's good, but I just don't come back to these movies. But like sticking in my memory, like Crispin Glover, Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway, Johnny Depp, like the supporting cast is really where these movies are like fantastic. What is this? Despicable Me 3. Have you seen Despicable Me 3?
I have not seen that one either.
I will put it in D. Probably my least favorite out of that entire universe.
Surprised that's $1 billion movie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, very much.
Frozen
Honestly,
2.
I just clicked Frozen 2, and then I went. There was a Frozen 2. Like for half a second, I was like, I'm comfortable putting it in. Okay.
B or C?
I was gonna say, okay. I really don't remember that movie at all. I mean, I know it. Like, it ends with her riding like a water horse or something.
Right.
Like that definitely happens for sure.
Yep.
Don't really know what it means though. Furious 7. So I guess I actually have not seen all of these because I have not seen Furious 7.
I'll say C.
C?
No. D.
D? Okay.
Yes.
All right, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll put it in front. Is that the one where was that Paul Walker's last one?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've never seen any of the mainline Fast movies. I've only seen Hobbs and Shaw. I think we've talked about that before, but I trust you. Jurassic World. First one. I'd go
Jurassic
B.
World. You know what? Does this one have the laser in it, or is that the next one?
No, that's the next one.
Okay, I'll go B with that. I agree.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair.
I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean, so that's all you.
You've never seen any of them?
No.
Wow.
Maybe you've seen the first one.
Okay, I gotta drag this up here because I can't even really tell which one that is. Is there even a subtitle on that poster?
I don't know.
All right, this is Dead Man's Chest. Sorry, I just don't know which freaking movie that is. I'm just gonna assume that's. But he looks old in that. I don't know what movie that is. All right,
I'll look it up.
Okay, I guess maybe we'll circle back to that one. This one I can read though. Dead Man's Chest. A fantastic movie. Absolutely great. Introduction of Bill Nye
on Stranger Tides.
Absolutely fantastic movie. Introduces Bill Nye as Davy Jones, obviously. Really, really good. I'll easily put that in A. That original trilogy of those movies, not flawless, but really, really fantastic. So good. I'll let you pick this one because I think A will agree, and this is your guy.
Yeah, I'd probably put that at A.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
okay. I thought maybe it was going to inch towards the. We can always readjust.
Yeah, it's not my favorite of the Daniel Craig. I think Casino Royale is my favorite, but it's second.
All right.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. I'll go C. I feel like we can always readjust. No, I can't say that. I can't say that I like these two. I just can't put that over it. But again, we can always rejigger things right at the end. Transformers.
I've never seen that one. If they're the Mark Wahlberg ones,
Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction. I'll go D.
Okay. Which one's that?
Dark of the Moon. That's 2, right?
I like that one.
Dark of the Moon. I'll go. I'll put it behind Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Again, Danielle said Bill Nye the Science Guy is in Pirates. Yes, actually, he very famously played Davy Jones in that series. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Let's see.
Aladdin.
Oh yeah, again, like I was saying, that original trilogy of Transformers movies, there's something there. There's something there before it fell completely off a cliff. Aladdin, what do you think? C? D?
I'd probably say C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since.
One of
it
the
was
better
pretty good at the time,
live
in the moment.
actions. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
Aquaman again, evades me, so I can speak to Aquaman.
You've never seen Aquaman?
I've never seen Aquaman. No.
I'm looking at an Aquaman poster right here. I'm looking right in Jason Momoa's eyes. I got a poster right in my room. He's just staring at me. He's telling me to put it in C. I agree with him. Any movie that can get Mary Poppins to voice a giant, what would you even call that? A giant sea kraken?
Mm-hmm.
Julie Andrews plays a football field size sea kraken in that movie. Very interesting. 92 years young, playing a sea kraken.
Age of Ultron.
Michelle said, yes, I know it's not the science guy. Age of Ultron, I'll go B for now, I guess. Yeah. We'll see where that lands. Endgame.
S.
S? Yeah. Infinity War.
S.
Beauty and the Beast, I'll go B.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
I'd go B with that. I think, again, just like Aladdin, I think one of the better two, maybe the two best of those live action ones. Black Panther, I'd go A.
Yeah.
If we want to move that to S, we could.
S to me.
I'd go S. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I think we both hold
Captain
that pretty
Marvel,
high.
I'd probably put. C. I'd say C fringe B, for me.
Yeah, I'll put it there. C for Captain Marvel. C for Carol.
Personally, I'd do S Dark Knight, but I'm willing to go A if you don't mind. Okay, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
Where? No fucking way. I don't even want to talk about it. That's a crime. Okay, yeah, I guess the 2 then. We'll put that right there.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises.
Well, I was looking for the first one.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, I thought that Batman. That was Batman Begins. Oh, I thought that was Batman.
No, that's
Begins.
Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay.
Dark Knight Rises. I'll hear an argument on you because if you thought that was Batman Begins, I'll wait to put it on officially. I'll go A because I have rewatched that movie recently and I think it is overhated.
I agree. When we ranked these, I gave Dark Knight Rises over Batman Begins, and I think in hindsight it's probably not a very good idea. But personally, I did like Dark Knight Rises more than I think people like it. Granted,
and do you accept this man's resignation? So many great lines.
Ooh, yeah.
Whoa.
Not even close to $1 billion.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh. All right, so just to pull this up for you guys.
Off.
Yeah, that's what I just looked up. I thought this was going to be like an 8. But then again, we got to keep in mind it's 2005. It was a very different time.
It's before superhero craze.
And the fact that this made Black Adam numbers and it was a smash hit success. That gives you an idea of where the industry is different nowadays. The Lion King. Jon Favreau's The Lion King. I will go D.
I've never seen this. I know people don't like it, so.
Yeah, I'll go D.
Avatar? I'd probably go A.
Yeah, I'll go A. I'll put that at the front of A. Just because I think we really both... Not that we hated it. It was just like, it's Avatar. No, it's good. Yeah. But, does anybody really care?
Yeah.
Rewatching it, man. Seeing it in the theater.
I
rewatched it twice in this re-release. One of which was in IMAX. Hoo-wee, man. Great movie. Finding Dory, also great movie.
I barely remember any of that movie.
I'll go C. I'll go front of C for that. Right. First Frozen,
I'd probably put B or A.
Yeah, I'll say. You know what? I'll throw it the bone.
I'd probably put A. A because new characters, new everything. Setting all that stuff up.
Deathly Hallows Part 2. That's an easy S for me.
That's not an S.
Oh, okay. A?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh,
yeah, it's part 2.
I'm thinking of part 1. Yeah. So I'd go A or S.
All right, I'll go S because that is, in my opinion, S.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I was like, there's no way that's stealing Harry Potter.
I was like, isn't part 2 like boring? But part 1.
Yeah.
Is that Iron Man
3? I'm literally looking at. That's literally the two posters that are right next to me.
I'm surprised Iron Man 3 made $1 billion.
Yeah, man. Power of RDJ.
I'd probably go C or D. It's probably maybe C.
C or D? I'll go C.
Yeah, for me.
Where did I put it?
D. You put it in D.
Yeah, I think it definitely. You know what? Can we get away with B?
Yeah,
I can't put it on this. I can't put it on the same level as Age of Ultron.
I'll hear an argument, but
I just if we're saying that Age of Ultron is B,
yeah,
I think they're both good movies, but Age of Ultron if we're talking about food, there's so much more meat on the bone for Age of Ultron. Just like not even a comparison. Joker.
I'd probably put A.
Yeah, I'll put it there.
Jurassic Park is S.
Very first Jurassic one. S. Minions.
Okay.
First
Don't
Minions.
Disagree with that. Never seen that either. Rogue One.
No. Something's coming up.
Oh, yep. You're right. That made $1 billion.
Right? Yes, it did. I'm also not only was this a great pick for you, but this is like super up to date.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking for the most up to date one.
I did the same thing with Spielberg. It took me like 4 tries. Rogue One, I'll go S tier, especially
A or S. I'll go A or S.
All right, I'll go S.
I'm fine with S.
I think it's easily best Disney era. Far From Home. If this was the day it came out, it'd be an easy S.
B. Personally.
I'll go B.
Yeah,
I agree. Force Awakens, I'd say A.
Awakens, A. Yep.
I'd put it middle A. Last Jedi. We might get some heat for these 3.
I go B.
All right.
I like it.
That's fair.
I really do like it.
All right, this one's tough, but let's really think about it. Because I feel like it'd be easy to be this.
That's a D for me.
I'll put it at the front of D. I think because it's still a freaking Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? It's a full fat, warmed up in the microwave Star Wars movie. I just couldn't put it in F, just out of principle. Avengers.
Avengers 1.
Are we going?
Probably go. Yeah. I think you'd probably have to put it in that A or S tier just because of what.
Because of what it is. Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
All right. I'll put it.
I go A. Oof. I don't think I could do S.
What's the better movie out of these 2?
Probably Avatar.
All right, I'll stick with it.
You know,
I'll go with it.
Probably Avatar.
Fate of the Furious. Have you ever seen that?
That is probably a D or an F.
But isn't that the one where The Rock?
D.
Isn't that the one where The Rock kicks a torpedo to move it out of the way?
Yes.
Wow,
so I'll go
that's
D.
fantastic. All right.
Never seen The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. Is this the only Hobbit on here?
Yep.
Yeah. An Unexpected Journey. I will go the front of B. Oh, you know what though? If we're going like that, I would definitely, if we're going rewatch, I would watch it. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that.
I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it.
I'd watch The Hobbit more than I would watch Skyfall, but I can't admit that Skyfall is a worse movie than the first Hobbit movie. I just can't do that. Incredibles 2. Very good. Oh, wow. The first one didn't make $1 billion?
Yeah, that's pretty
damn.
Funny. But Incredibles 2, I go C.
Yeah, I go C with it.
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah. Return of the King. That's got to be S, I feel.
Maybe you do you.
Well, what would you think?
I'd probably go A. I'm not that big of a Lord of the Rings person.
I'll go
My
S
favorite
still.
was the second one. So.
Yeah.
Titanic. I go
A?
A, yeah.
Yeah. Toy Story. Toy Story 3. I will go S.
Okay.
Toy Story 3. That's the one where they almost die together.
Right. Okay. Yes. Which one's? I was thinking that was 4.
4 is the one that's basically the Woody Solo movie. I'll go B.
Oh yeah,
I'll go front of B. Definitely a phenomenal movie still, but if you're comparing it to some of these other movies and to this Toy Story franchise itself, I think it's probably middle of the pack, which I guess isn't really saying that it's bad if you're talking about only 4 movies. Zootopia, I think, is a great movie. I'll put that at the front of C.
Never seen, so
yeah, I guess the front of C. Really like that. Jason Bateman, really really good in that movie. Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm shocked only this one and Deathly Hallows Part 2 made $1 billion.
I will go A for Sorcerer's Stone for sure.
I'd agree with that. But are you in agreement with me on that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, the fact that only the first one and the last one made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Very, very surprising.
I mean, I get the beginning of it and then the end, but there's some other good movies in there.
Let's see.
Really good movies.
Yeah,
and
like phenomenal movies. Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, they came close. They were close.
Oh.
Okay.
Where am I? Oh, yeah, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at these numbers. Yeah. Homie, Zaslav,
really
you got to
close.
get these re-releases going, man.
Yeah.
You got an easy... You're sitting here at, 4 re-releases will give you $8 billion movies.
Yeah.
Maybe not Prisoner of Azkaban. How is Prisoner of Azkaban, not in my opinion, but in a lot of people's opinion, the very best movie made the least?
Shout out Order of the Phoenix, my favorite, personally.
Where's
39
where's my
million.
guy at? Half-Blood Prince, man. I'll take it. 929. That's good. That's crazy. I almost feel bad. Oh, sorry, guys. I just realized I was blocking the numbers. Wow. Really awful that the anniversary special, just really a poor showing.
Yep.
These ones
S.
are okay. Yeah. Oh, forgot where we were.
Honestly, Top Gun Maverick, I'm
right there with you, man. I'm right there with you, honestly. When he jumps out of that window and she just looks at him and she's like, "You better not fuck with my mom, man." That moment has stuck with me all year. Just that small look on Tom Cruise's face. What a
movie.
What a movie, man. Lion King. OG.
S.
Absolutely. So good. Circle of Life, man. Zabahama. All right. Oh,
F.
what?
Last one.
Yeah. Sadly.
I can't believe this made $1 billion. Give me a break. Come on, people.
Not only that, but it made
Jurassic World
1.3 billion.
That is ridiculous.
I know. It's crazy.
They deserve $1 billion.
You're telling me Doctor Strange 2 didn't make $1 billion, but this did? I mean, Doctor Strange 2, we both agree, is not a fantastic movie.
But
no,
you
better...
agree with that. I do not.
Oh, wait, that's right.
I really like Doctor Strange.
Yeah. But I will say that's probably my favorite. Isn't that my favorite Marvel movie that's come out this year? It's close. It's definitely close. But there we go. That is our official rankings. This is a great pick. I guess next week I'll make a pick. This is a really good one, honestly. That was fantastic. We'll go ahead and post this over on our social media. A lot of S and A stuff. What can I say? The people speak some facts. Less so in this department, but to each their own. But until then, guys, let us know what are some of your favorite $1 billion grossers at the box office. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We thank you guys for doing that each and every single week. We are closer than we've ever been to 500. I think we picked up another 8 subscribers this week, or 5, something like that. So we really, really appreciate that. We have a bunch of clips going up every single week on the channel. Reviews, trailer reactions, news reactions, everything like that. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. That'll do it for me. I've been one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
I've been the other host, TJ Cornwell. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the trailer reactions on the channel, as well as right now live. Check out the podcast feed where all these episodes are uploaded, as well as the cutout reviews. So I think we only have 2 up there right now for Black Adam, and I forget what the other movie is. but Black Panther, and then when Avatar comes out, that'll probably be its own separate review, and we'll upload that as well. So follow us on all our social medias, and we will see you next time.
Boom.